Welcome, everybody, to the Crud Files, your once weekly follow-up podcast to the hit In at the End actual play.
I just feel such disappointment coming from Alex.
Such disappointment. Can I start off just saying?
Let's hear it. Chastise your children.
How long have we been doing this? How long have we been playing? And sure, it's fun to hit tropes, you know? It's fun to do the fun things like we're heroes, it's great. But there's having a fight with the guards in the middle of the street in the middle of the day.
I would just like to say, I think we made a mistake from the get-go.
Absolutely.
Of letting Ace talk.
Sure. Yes.
And here's the thing. I was trying to lay back and play it cool because obviously I'm a damn peer, so I'm not, I'm a sight to behold. And then I thought, what if I scare them and then we could just walk through the gate?
Yeah.
And then that
pretty solid plan.
Panned out way horribly, more than I thought it would. And then I was like,
worse.
Oh, fuck. I made this exponentially worse.
And I have been sort of thinking about, who is Ben as this new creature, and I'm thinking to myself he's got this little bit of spirituality. He's got all this. He's not the other characters I've played. He's not mouthy. He's not gonna and so everybody's just sitting there fucking mouthing off to the guards, and I'm like, when do I offer to make a persuasion check? And I had this epic speech planned out that just never quite
And I think there was already one body on the ground before you actually tried a charisma check.
Well, I made the first attack, so I'm a little bit guilty here, but at the same time, it's it felt as though combat was imminent, and I didn't want to wait for it to unfold.
Yeah.
I was like,
it didn't have to begin. I wanted someone to step in so badly, and it was just this is happening, guys.
Yeah.
We all just take a step back.
Yeah.
And
My magic is starting to flare up. I take 5 steps back.
Yeah.
Anybody save me from my
now
barbarian self.
Now I'm a paladin, but where I differ from other paladins is that I'm completely charisma based. I don't have strength.
So Ben needs to learn how to talk.
So I got to pipe up every once in a while. But see, that's where I feel like his charisma comes from, is the silence. It's the welling up of the potential.
It's almost like you leave a vacuum so people assume things about you and they think the best of you. So
it's this idea, right? Because look at me. I don't have charisma like Arthur had charisma. This beautiful blue-skinned bastard, right?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we need to break this down individually.
Let's hear it.
Okay. We should probably talk from the beginning, right? So all the stuff that happened in the bar, Ace got drunk. I knew that he wanted to get Simon an owlbear. I was driving here and I was like, Simon needs his own owlbear.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
And I decided, Ace.
We should have just went to the owlbear store.
Went to the owlbear store.
Ace gets fixated
I think
on
there's a
things.
big 5 in our Quilton, right?
Ace gets easily fixated on things, and he is fixated on getting an owlbear for Simon right now.
And the
That's
funny
endearing.
thing is, he didn't ask
Really
Simon if he
endearing.
wanted an owlbear.
Right.
But I think that would be really cool.
That doesn't matter. Yeah.
Simon.
What you want doesn't really matter.
Isn't this awesome?
And I
You
love
got
this.
an
Want
owlbear.
it for you.
We're going to get the owlbear for Simon, and Ace is going to be like, now are you going to take care of it, or are you going to water it, and you're going to do all this sort of stuff? And of course, Ace is going to be the one that takes care of it.
Good.
It's all the kids and their pets. But yeah, that scene in the bar was really I really wanted to mouth off, but again, Ben is not this mouthy guy, and when they're coming on down and talking about Melora and all this sort of shit, I just wanted to be you don't know shit about Melora. Melora's light left you long ago, you fucks.
That was pretty smooth.
Yeah, definitely in
I
the
didn't say
tavern,
that.
there, I definitely felt like Valen wanted to maybe flex or do something, right? Because he feels especially powerful, but I think because it was the librarians.
Yeah.
I think he was feeling a little
like the movie.
timid, like the movie, The Librarians.
It's a really good movie. It's fun.
And then
It's not on a plane. It's not
and then
fun.
at the gate thing, I think there's there's this thing I think with Valen. He's a young Dampier, so I think he thinks like, oh, I've got all this power. Like I'll flex, and I'll be like, everyone's scared of me. Everyone, the seas will part, and then you realized real quickly, like, oh shit.
You're describing a Brazilian jiu-jitsu blue belt.
Yeah,
like exactly,
100%. Yeah. When I was like, dude, I got a blue belt, man,
Yeah.
and then you get your ass kicked, and you're like, I don't know anything. Yeah, and so I like that about my character, that he's, he thinks he can do this thing, and then it did backfire, and then he's like, okay, well, and then at the end, he was the one who kind of first laid his arms down, and he was like, all right. I realize now I'm not this world beater, that, like, again, it's like any monster in, like, the classic stories, like, once the village gets the pitchforks out and they realize you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you are not this all-powerful being, And, I really enjoyed that.
I want to rewind a little bit. What do you think this artifact thing is?
I don't know.
I think
I
it's
have
the
no
statue.
idea.
I assume it's the statue on Brooch's boat that we took.
Maybe they assume
the thing that we
maybe
retrieved?
because
Maybe
because like Melora's light has left Quilton Bay, they think that whatever gift he now is possessed of, the Dampier change, they think that that's
He's
related
the light
to some-
bearer now.
Right, he has some sort of relic of Melora because he's changed and he's powerful.
Or maybe there's an artifact from your mother that they think you have. That
What was the letter
she didn't leave
again?
me anything.
yeah.
What did the letter
yeah.
say again?
The letter basically said, like, to, like, surmise.
Yeah.
Like, that she felt like because she felt that I was so lost that she hadn't done a
Right.
good enough job. She
Okay.
needs to, like, leave and maybe, like, find herself. And there was I don't think there was a mention of an artifact.
No.
In the
What I
letter.
love,
Yeah.
like that kind of tells me that like Alistair is like he's intimidated by you.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's possible.
I mean, I would like to
He
meet
definitely-
Alistair. and
Maybe
then-
getting beaten
Alistair
by
definitely
the town
needs to
guards
go.
is-
Well, he was pretty like impressed with you before you left, right? And like he was like
For
talking
sure.
you up a lot.
yeah, he was grooming you
I would say, yeah,
in the
during-
normal way.
Right, the normal way.
very much during your time before the accident, you felt that Alistair had a special kind of look towards you. I think you understood it as you following him instead of your mother gave him a sense of
like
legitimacy. Yeah,
his-
It's like,
Oh.
look, even how the
head.
son
like
follows.
if I have
Yeah.
people willing to follow me, then
Gotcha.
I'm worth something.
So yeah, I mean that you definitely felt that during your time there.
Can't wait to suck his blood.
I am so glad
Not
you said
where I
blood.
thought you were
Yeah.
going with that.
Can't wait to suck his dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking
Like a
teach him.
straw.
I'm gonna get
for
him kicked
blood.
out of the church. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on very rapidly.
Yeah, so Simon, you are a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
No,
I actually
okay.
feel
Before all-
legitimately awful about that.
There was like a ton of things for Simon in this session. Like,
2023 is Simon. Like he's being authentic in 2023.
Yeah, namely him being a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you going to atone for that going forward, or are you just going to own it?
I think Simon's
They're animals,
well, so Simon, but we all are
right? Which makes it natural for you
But
to
I
kill
think,
one another.
I think more specifically, he views it as protecting his friends, and that's kind of his motivation. Like he would not have done. Like if we were in a situation right now where somebody came down here, I would and like was threatening to kill us all. I would not feel good about killing that person, but I would kill that person if that meant like you guys didn't die.
Sure.
And so that's kind of I think the mindset that Simon's in is like, all life is valuable. I don't want to kill these people. There ought to be balance.
But if it's come down to a
But-
choice,
right,
obviously.
Right. I'm going to protect the people I care about. And and that's what it boils down to. It's not his fault that he's really good at murdering people, apparently.
I do sort of love. If there's one thing Rangers are very good at, it's
Blame it
killing
on
people.
Melora.
Yeah.
But I do sort of love that if there was any chance that those people could have lived, you definitely made sure that wasn't the case.
Knocking them off
By
the side of the
throwing
tower.
one off of a wall
They
and then
have-
shooting the
I had
other
already
with
killed
the
him.
ballistas.
Okay, I had
Yeah.
already killed him.
And I would like
So
to
that was just
note
for show.
Yeah, but
the
he could have been
two,
making his death saving
captains,
throws.
The two captains, pretty powerful. They knew what they were doing. The rest of them didn't. 11 hit points apiece on all of them. That's why you went down in one hit.
Gotcha.
Oh my
Like if
God.
you guys wanted to, the
We could've
small
cleared them
easy to
all.
kill guards
We are now the
would've been
town guard.
easier.
We could have
But the
swatted
veterans-
all of them. Yeah.
Oh my
Just
god.
Well,
taking
let's just
hits.
remember the scene is not over.
Yeah. We've all laid down
I mean,
our arms.
I
I
get up
laid
in
down
rage.
my arms and then I
so-
picked my arms up.
yeah.
Smash.
I don't-
Smash.
Listen, we
now
just
that
had
we have the meta,
we just had a crit files, and I'm ready to go.
Can we come back right now?
Yeah, right.
Okay, welcome back to the session, everybody.
we murder them.
Yeah.
No, but I don't. I could shoot him with Eldritch Blast.
I
And
mean,
stuff.
Simon's got stuff he could do. He packed his crossbow away. That doesn't mean it's not where he could easily draw it again.
I am going
Yeah.
to say
He put it in his keister.
spoilers for next episode.
Prison pouch.
I think we are going to start
in jail, in court.
at the trial after you've spent time in jail.
It's so weird that you say that. I
Was in trial all day today.
Well, I was, but also that's where my mind went today. I'm always trying to think of like an interesting opening scenario or something like that.
Damn,
And-
we're gonna
and-
do like trial by combat.
I always fall back on like, what if the players were in court and just as we're entering the scene, they're found guilty and now put before like an execution
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
or
yeah.
something like that. You
But
know,
yeah, no, I
and-
think that's exactly.
or
where we're going
they have to watch
start.
The
their
worst part
parents
is-
convicted of some
Right.
crime that they
Mhm.
don't know what happened.
The worst part is who's responsible for the court in when we play the Quiet Year.
because you set up a courthouse, and I've detailed the backstory and what
Yeah.
the courthouse is.
He
able
is
to
It
too
do.
was
excited
me.
about this.
It was me.
I
and
never
I
thought the courthouse would show up, but it is going to.
I do feel like Ben is going to probably say that I do not recognize your authority. I don't recognize your authority, therefore I do not submit a plea.
Oh,
Are
man.
you one of those constitutionalists guys that
Like the sovereign.
the sovereign nation?
No, no. I'm
That-
talking
that is
about.
right.
an admiral flag with a
That's
gold
red.
fringe.
That's
I'm
red all the
talking-
way. He's very much that guy. Everyone knows this.
I'm talking about the fantasy game.
I'm
we're
a free
playing.
man and a free
No.
person.
No, Ray Weissenfels in real life is very much like that. Kidding.
Yeah, you got me.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm punishing this lewd behavior of this
We
veteran
deserve
D&D
it.
group of murdering guards in the street.
Yeah,
I
we're not the
have-
chaotic
My
amateurs
hands-
anymore.
Exactly.
My paws were forced. Okay.
Ah.
I just want you to remember that.
There was lots of options.
Not really.
I would
There
like to
was.
say-
There was. He was like, "Go talk to the rescues," and we're like, "No."
He also
oh,
said,
there's no way
he-
Simon's doing
I
it.
also heard him say at one point when he's like, "Well, you're not with one of the trade like routes or groups," and I was like, "Wow, that's a solid out."
No.
Nice slow pitch.
Solid out.
He for
But
sure gave us so many.
We were already so far in that we were like,
but yeah.
There's also other parts of the wall to climb over. There's the Forester old
Let's do it all
enclave that
under
was
the
built
watch of the
into
guards,
it.
though.
Okay.
There's also a cave you guys know about that leads outside of town.
That's why way back when you were like, so you want to go through the northern gate?
That's why I
And
was
you like
checking.
paused very
Wanted to
deliberately.
make sure,
Here's the big
we
problem.
built this city with a wall around it. I'm like, wow, I'm going to keep you inside.
"Look, we
I-
might
this
have
is going to
we-
be a challenge.
Look, we might have been playing D&D for a long time. It doesn't mean that we're smart."
No. Here's what's
Also-
happening. Maybe everybody is feeling this differently, but for me especially, because y'all watched me make Ben before your own very eyes. I didn't plan my character too well. I learned who he was.
This is not a great defense from the start.
Yeah,
But maybe you guys are here with me. I learned who Ben was as a child. I learned who Ben was as a teenager. And who Ben is as an adult is a brand new person. And so I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, well, what's Ben going to do? Well, I'm definitely not. Excuse me, Jesus Christ.
Of all the times.
Yeah, who is Ben now?
You know, it's like I want not a pacifist for sure, right? Not like Tycho was in Milo's one-shot adventure, but like he's definitely not violent. He's definitely not these things. He's definitely not a big talker. He's definitely not going to talk over the group for all of these types of things. And I'm still figuring out the dynamic. Who do I let speak for me? Who do I let take the lead?
You can't trust anybody here, especially that guy, to talk for the group.
So yeah,
how we
my
found
defense of Ace is you shouldn't let him talk. Like he
My
is going.
defensive Ace is Ace sucks.
He is going to get you into
Shouldn't
shit.
let him do anything.
Like I Milo didn't want that to happen.
But now that is not true.
I wanted it to happen a little bit.
Exactly.
And the
I wanted it to happen a little bit.
The irony is that you ended up unconscious.
Yeah.
And can you
Well, and I
imagine
was
the
thinking-
conversation afterwards? Like, hey, man, we killed a couple people.
We killed some dudes.
Yeah, like,
They're dead.
what was that about? We didn't have to do that.
No, yeah. And then I was thinking too, because like I have like, I don't have a shit ton of AC or health points or whatever, but like I have advantage on death saving throws and
nice.
stuff. And I was like, so maybe I'll stay behind. And these guys can run, and then I can talk my way out of it later on. Like, do the whole.
There was
I don't
a lot of
recognize your
scenarios
authority.
where the party could have been split.
Yeah.
I was that's part of what I was thinking. Was like, I'll hop over on the other side
Yeah.
and
Now
just
that is
escape for a little bit, come back.
that
get
is
people- or
you have
I can
just
run and
climbed
go
the
to my
wall.
parents.
Yeah, that was my plan until I opened the door and then there was two guys there and I was like, oh shit, never mind.
Now that is the detriment of our group. We know we're making entertainment. We know we're making a podcast. How many groups have you been a part of? You hate splitting the party. Like, we're bringing a different dynamic to it, and it's a little bit it's a little bit synthetic,
Mhm.
inorganic. So that
this is
I
real
don't-
meta.
right.
I don't
So
feel
the
like we
idea
were
of splitting
playing
the
that way,
party.
though.
What?
I don't feel like we were playing that way though.
Then why didn't we split the party?
I felt.
I was
felt
two
like
in the
you
moment.
were. I
Yeah.
thought you were like, because that seemed like a good opportunity. To just
When he went
go.
down, I could foresee very clearly a branch of me and Ace staying behind,
Mhm.
and you
Yes.
guys fleeing into the woods.
I did. Like, if this were a choose your own adventure, that's probably
Right.
what I would have done.
But we're making a radio show. We're doing all these things, and we like.
well, people can be like
But-
characters can be conflicted internally. Like my Simon's conflict
Sure.
conflict was I've got somebody presumably dead, on the ground, and I've got an escape route. An escape route isn't necessarily Simon's MO. Like,
I was gonna say, but at the same time, like our characters all grew up together.
yeah.
Yeah.
we are our
So you can count on me
basically
looking out
our
for him.
family.
Yeah.
So it's hard to rationalize us just bailing
Yeah.
because it's like no,
Yeah.
these are like my best friends. These are my now chosen family. Why would I abandon them
Okay.
Yeah, and
at
I
this
think
moment?
it played
And I
out
think-
naturally like that.
And
Like,
I don't think
in
that
my
what
mind.
happened. I don't think what happened that anybody could necessarily come up with a concrete argument that we metagamed it so hard that
or
it was
that we should have done
unbelievable.
one thing or the other.
Right. But I do think the fact that it's a thing that we're all thinking about
Sure,
is entertainment.
yes.
Yeah, right. That's all I'm saying is that like
Right.
maybe because I'm not saying that I wish you guys would have run or done whatever, but I've been in those positions before where I'm
Well, I
like,
can say it. I wish I would have.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe I did want to really try out my pull arm master with
Let's see how this goes.
movement
Yeah.
and be able to do some really cool stuff in combat.
Yeah.
Like maybe that was part of it.
we could have saved it for some monsters out in the forest.
Not our own town people.
Got him right here.
I do feel like it really sets us up with a good conflict though, like because how enmeshed are the guard and the temple? Like pretty enmeshed right now, right? Like the people that we just fought and
Or is that-
Alistair's people.
Yeah.
Or is that something that you're going to develop over the next?
Well, no. I'm trying to think of what your characters would know about that.
Well, we're metagaming.
Yeah.
So tell us
because,
everything.
some of it, we'll do in play. But the Drescues pay the city watch. They are funded by the merchants.
And how enmeshed are the Drescues right now post Whittington's with the temple?
I mean, that's the thing is the temple has kind of closed itself off.
Oh.
They've broken ties with the foresters.
Oh.
They had a strained relationship with the City Watch.
How enmeshed are the courts with the temple?
The courts, they're
Are we going through like every branch of government?
they're given legitimacy by the church, and then
fuck.
the laws have been kind of built up over the years, but they are limited
It sounds
because of that.
It sounds like we need to just raise the whole town.
I feel like we're gonna get out of this just fine.
You're
Ace,
asleep.
Ace is gonna use his family ties to like his advantage. Like we're gonna go to court, and
about
they'll be
my
like,
advantage?
"Oh, he came back from like this.
My dad's the DA.
This horrible thing. His father's in prison. He needs to take care of his mother. Like there's all of these other factors that are occurring.
Plus, you didn't kill anybody.
And I didn't kill anybody.
I mean,
Unlike...
We got to start building our defense.
yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
that Simon did it. Now, here's the thing.
Wait,
is that
Ooh,
yeah, what's
we
our
put it on
alibi?
Simon.
We kick him
We
out.
go, yeah, we were trying to get out, but the wild cat.
You know what?
Look, it's
I'm
not.
kind of on board with this. I want to.
It's not a human. The feline creature. Yeah, see, it's feral.
watch out.
I'm foaming.
Render the cat into our custody.
And
We
we'll
will
leave.
take it out into the forest. We'll put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
I think this is
Honestly,
our...
we weren't trying to hurt anybody. We were trying to keep them away from the cat.
Yeah, and it ended up killing 2 people.
And
Used
yet
a
you
ballista.
let it walk around with a crossbow, a hand
Dozen
crossbow, a
people
couple
saw
of hands.
all of
I
this
didn't
happen.
even know they had opposable thumbs.
The town knows you've grown up together.
Okay.
The town
wow.
knows you guys.
I'm just saying that, it's our defense. It's pretty good.
I've got some ideas now.
Yeah,
coming up.
I
My
do think,
goodness.
and that's what's exciting about this whole prospect to me, anyway, is that like I could see it having played out a dozen different ways before, but I was willing to surrender the whole time because I think that there's a lot of interesting conflict and things that could happen from there too. And do I think that it's like, ooh, this is cool, Ben surrendered to the little town bitches or whatever? Like, no, that's not cool. That's not very exciting. But there is fun drama and conflict
Yeah.
that could unfold from it. A trial is pretty interesting.
And honestly, if you send Simon up the stream,
We're not going to do that.
well, even if you did, for me, that would be really exciting to listen to and
Do
just
we-
play it out. Like,
Now, do we get counsel, or is this like a
I'll have to figure that out.
like how advanced is this court system in
Not
Quilton
very
Bay?
advanced. It was
guilty
you know,
until proven innocent.
built during the quiet year. So I don't know
Yeah.
where my timeline is, but 10 years or so ago.
I
Right.
forgot to tell you that.
But I've got background for the court
yeah.
specifically.
So in the years up until now, I forgot to tell you this that
We've been studying law.
Simon has been taking extracurricular,
Fantastic.
some
Wow,
like continuing
okay.
education classes specifically to get his JD.
So yeah, you don't need counsel. You've got Simon.
This
Yeah.
is Simon Catman, attorney at law.
Yeah. Objection, Your Honor.
So it's a cat in a little suit.
No, just a bow tie collar.
Just a bow tie? Oh, you're naked. You're naked.
Well, I do declare, Your Honor,
I do declare, Your Honor, that this is
habeas corpus.
habeas corpus is what we dealing with here now.
Do you know what that means?
I don't know. Another day I could have told you, but I can't.
It's all
I
good.
have looked it up so many times and
To
just
have
been
the body.
confused.
To have
Well,
the
yeah,
body.
that's what it means
Yeah.
in Latin. but-
Well, yeah.
That's what it means in Latin. I thought you meant.
That's
the
a
application.
Well,
of it
there's
in law
fucking.
is
It's
always
like
so
it's like
confusing.
Ducus tecum. Yeah, that means
That's for a subpoena.
yeah, but it has a Latin definition. Like,
It means taking a shit. Dukas take them.
I took a deuces.
Yeah.
well,
Now you take
it
'em.
doesn't mean to take the shit. It means to present the shit. But it's like, that's what you're all like, habeas corpus. Yeah, it means this about the body. I'm like, yeah, the Latin means that, but what does it mean in the court of law?
The state has the body.
Oh, there you go.
All I'm gonna say
AIC. Yeah.
is Ace did nothing wrong.
well, you kind of actually caused all of this.
Right.
Now, what
I killed two
curious
people
about-
because of you.
What
Perhaps it
I
was
was curious about.
Milo.
going forward in this whole thing, do we learn a new group dynamic in the metagame?
We might.
Or do we continue to play it like this where we let our barbarian
I don't know. I
speak
think
for us all?
Considering we have two faces.
Yeah,
Literally
yeah.
two faces with charisma who are exceptional at persuasion, deception,
Yeah.
all of that stuff, and we continue to let this dumb bag of rocks talk for us.
Right. So, like, do we have marching orders when it comes to diplomacy?
Yeah,
I
from
think
now
we
on-
might.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
the,
probably
the
gonna
only
be
problem
next,
you kind of run with that is that Ace will want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the first conversation we have in the cell.
Yeah.
And figure out, okay, he's never talking. You guys?
But see, that's a tricky thing because, again, Ben's not like, all right, guys, let me take the lead next time.
Nobody wants
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
It not like Arthur. Arthur would have been like, "You dumb motherfucker! I could have talked us out of that. I can't believe you opened your goddamn mouth and then kept swinging your sword. I was screaming at you, Ace, put down your goddamn glaive." But anyway, I don't know. I was just thinking about that the whole time. Like, how are we gonna get anything done in this world when we're letting the barbarian speak for us? Or whatever. Who knows?
I mean, I was happy. Like,
Of course.
I got to use all my cool moves. I don't care that I went unconscious. Whatever.
There was a
that
bit-
happens to barbarians all the time.
Yeah, true. There was a moment when he was doing poorly. I thought, like, okay, I guess we'll kill all 10 of these guys. But
Yeah, there at the beginning, it was like, all right, well, maybe
I
we can
was
take these
rolling
guys.
only under 10 for like the first half of that.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I
Like,
took
it was like a
three-
false-
I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
they're gonna think they can do something about this.
Yeah, I whispered to Caleb. I took 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On like
But
6
5
attacks.
hits? Yeah,
Right,
that was
yeah.
pretty insane.
I
Which is
think I
pretty
did a
impressive.
good job telegraphing how dangerous it was. Correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
no, I
Well-
did not want to be in that fight.
The numbers.
like from
Okay, yeah.
well
Yeah.
I was
before.
like, there's a ton of people here.
The
Yeah.
the 10
ballistas
was
are
like,
there.
yeah, I don't
I-
really want to do this, but it's like maybe I can
don't-
get out of it.
I was
I
sort
don't-
of torn. Like, okay, if I don't attack and don't do anything, I could maybe stay out of it. But then I'm going to spend the whole session watching 10 people gang up on 1 or 2 of our party members.
Same.
You know, and again, that's where it comes in with the meta aspect where, again, not trying to make it all like, well, we're doing this thing and we're thinking about it but at the same time, like,
You still want to participate.
I want to participate. What is Ben willing to do? And Ben was willing to do that. It just wasn't necessarily the favored outcome, and it kept becoming the less favored outcome, the less favored outcome, the less favored outcome.
Yeah.
And I was hoping even if Ben was going to get his hands dirty, he wasn't going to be killing people either. So
Well, we left that to Simon.
Yeah, apparently I need to be worse at killing people because Simon
just don't
tried.
throw their bodies off of the wall. Let
It
'em
was
make their
already
saves.
dead.
Yeah.
That guy wasn't dead.
I was told he was dead.
I mean, Alex did
He
just
was
say yes,
100%
but
dead. 11 hit points, and you did, I think, 15 to him.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot
Well,
that
he
part.
should have had to
all
do
the
20.
regular guards were 11 hit points. You
so,
guys focused on the
Simon-
58 hit point captains.
Well, yeah.
Simon tried.
That's who you get the most like.
Simon
credit
tried
for.
to not kill
It's
anybody.
the most XP.
the problem
Yeah.
is killing 11 HP people would have been a huge waste of my divine smites.
And really, I didn't
I don't
want
want
to
to dirty
kill
myself
anybody.
with that.
I just wanted to hurt some people.
Plus, that would have taken forever.
Which would have meant you were arrested at the end.
One turn for each person? I'd get one attack. If I had some action economy, maybe I could have killed some of these other people.
Do you
Oh
guys?
my god, I have so much action economy.
Yeah, but
impressive.
think
So
about it.
cool.
Like between the 4 of us, like each of us kill a guy on our turn.
Then kill another
We've
guy on our
dropped
turn.
there from 10 to fucking 6.
Mhm.
And then the next
Instantly,
time
yeah.
we drop them to 2 or whatever.
There's got to
And
be a fight.
if they were to lose that amount of people, they would have
The guards would have given up,
started,
yeah.
giving up.
Yeah.
It was like that. All the guards were still up. Like only one had died. The captains were just pissed. Like he was like he's gonna finish this fight. He's like on his last leg. He was trying to stop kind of towards the end when he just had the crossbow and was trying to back up.
Yeah, and didn't attack on that turn until I attacked him. Yep.
It ended at a good time because it got to the dicey territory where I was like, okay, I'm a paladin and a warlock. how many
yin
many
and the
spell
yang.
slots do I have for Divine Smite? I was like, I should have thought about this a lot sooner than
That's
now.
good.
That's for sure. Anyway.
All I gotta say is Simon's hand was forced. It's not his fault.
sure,
He's,
yeah,
he's
very-
efficient.
Protective in all
his hand was
interactions.
forced.
Yeah, and it's still covered in blood.
We're not looking at you the same, dude. I know what it's like to die, and you did it to those two people.
Yeah, this is Simon's arc. You know, like
Yeah.
everyone had their real bad time at sea, and now Simon's
This is
like,
where I get my
Yeah.
my Two-Face.
Yeah.
This
now,
is.
now you become an undead cat.
Wait, what's the other one? There's the Dampier, there's the Reborn,
Hexblood.
and the
I was
Hexblood.
looking
and the
it up
hex.
today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you can be a Hexblood if you want. It's basically a half hag person.
half hag.
A
I love
haggy.
half hags.
A haggis, if you will.
Nice.
So anyway,
All right.
anything
wanna
else
wrap
you guys
this
want
up?
to talk about, or
Next time I see you, I'll see you in court.
Damn.
I'll see you in court. Well, you heard it here first, guys. Thanks for listening to the Crit Files, your once weekly follow-up to the In at the End, America's #1 D&D 5e actual play podcast. We will be back here on Monday with your regularly scheduled episode of In at the End. And if you all would like to, you can now contact us, reach us, send us beer or cool T-shirts or...
A beer, because it's a really small post office box.
Well, they can
Well,
hold
it'll
it in
go
the
into
back.
the other one.
Yeah, they can hold it in
They
the back.
have the
and you can just
packet,
pick
the
it up.
parcel
Oh,
boxes.
for real?
love
See,
it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can tell how
Do
new
you
this
not
is.
know what P.O. boxes
No,
are?
I don't know what mail is.
Well, it's the opposite of female.
It's
Okay, that was a stupid joke.
Yeah, that was-
But we now have a P.O. box. That's what I'm getting at. And it's P.O. box number 2.
Turner, Oregon 97329.
P.O. box number 2, Turner, Oregon 9720309. 32.
Jeez.
Ah, fuck Turner. But anyway, that's where you can send us things. Send us cool stuff. Dice? Ooh, we'll take dice. Anything else you guys want?
Just a letter would be nice.
Heartfelt Valentine's. February 14th 's coming up.
Rhett's a
Handwritten
little greedier than the
letter,
rest
a
of us, I
nice
think.
Valentine with some chocolate. Well,
I mean,
no
just
chocolate.
just a
chocolate.
postcard that said Ace did nothing wrong.
Ooh, hashtag Ace did nothing wrong. Let's let me.
I don't know about that.
Which of us would you get off scot-free in court if you could?
Wow.
Ooh,
Are
Simon
me-
the serial killer.
Are me and Valen the two evil-blooded people, like not
But
involved
the
in this?
innocent, the most innocent out of the four of us.
We are.
Wow, look at that. It's because we know what it's like to be presumed guilty, I guess. So.
Yeah. You've been there.
Okay, guys. Well, anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Crit Files. We'll be back Monday for the In at the End. Until then, grab your sword, keep on adventuring.
Good job, guys.
We did
You
so
did it.
good.